Check it out. First trap.
We've got some stone
crabs. I don't think these guys are going to be keepers, but we are going to educate you. We have had, well, we've been doing some stone crabbing videos that you guys have seen, and we've been getting a lot of questions. One of the most popular questions we have been getting is, why can you keep both claws? Why do you not keep the whole crab? And
do the crabs feel pain?
Do the crabs feel pain? We're going to be answering these questions. We're going to be answering a lot of them. First things first, I'm going to check out and see if we have a male or female crab. But my name's Amanda.
My name is Emily. Welcome to our channel, Gale Force Twins.
First stone crab we have today is a male. So let's just look at our crabs first. They've got two nice claws. This guy's got some little claws. But there we go. Emily, can you show them what makes it a male?
What makes it a male is this part of his belly is basically skinny. The females will have more of an oval and the males will have more of a skinny, kind of like a finger. And the females will be like an oval. And this is where, if it was a female, the eggs would be during spawning season.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let this crab go right away because he's definitely not a keeper. We already know that. And I'm gonna check if this next crab is a male or female. If it's not a female, don't worry, we will find our next. As soon as we find a female crab, we'll show you the female crab. Go home. We have.
All right, who's going first?
I'll go first.
We have
another male crab.
Now check it out. Male crab.
Male crab. Get a good look at him. When we find our female, we will show you what our female crabs look like. I'm gonna get him back in the water to keep living, breathing, and breeding so we can eat more of them later.
The spawning season for stone crabs is in the fall around September, November. And the stone crab season for recreational stone crabbing and commercial stone crabbing, both of them as well actually, is October through May. So there's a little 2-month, 3-month period where you definitely are going to want to be extra attentive to see if your females have eggs, because if the females have eggs, guys, you cannot keep them. That is a fact. And that's pretty much true for almost any crabbing or any type of recreational lobstering, anything that you choose to do. You don't want to keep things that are egg bearing. Amanda is removing our old bait, and you can see, guys, that was pig's feet.
Pig's feet is being released.
We continue to feed the extra crabs that are down there.
Yeah, we are. We're just going to be baiting up this stone crab spot for ourselves.
That's a good.
But we have fresh pig's feet and fish carcasses we'll be loading these traps with in another video, though.
Yes, we have this video idea. Stay tuned, guys, because we had this idea that we really want to do a what bait is better for stone crabs. So we think we're doing pig's feet and fish carcasses and see what works.
Trap number 3.
Oh, I just did this. I meant to do like 2 3s, and I did a 2 and a 3, which became a 5, but then this would be.
It is trap number 3 out of 7.
Hopefully now we can get a keeper
and measure it.
That we can measure.
Okay. We totally have to have a keeper in here.
Are there lots of them?
There's a keeper for sure. I don't know about lots, but I know about keepers. We have a nice sized crab in here. So go ahead, take a look at our crab. Now our biggest one right here, this one actually only has 1 claw. So let's take him out and take a look at his only claw that he has.
Let's take a look, you guys.
So here we have this. So first I'm going to measure this claw actually, because we want to show you if it's a keeper claw. Here we have our crab and lobster gauge. You guys can see the C on one side, the L on the other for lobster. And we are going to measure from this joint right here. The elbow joint is what we call it. That is not the scientific name though. And we are going to go ahead and see that that bottom piece, this one piece of the claw, this single piece, this piece moves, this one doesn't. This piece is larger than the gauge, which means it is a keeper. And FWC did just update the regulations to 2 7/8 inches, so make sure that your gauges are correct. But here we have a keeper claw, and that's how you measure your stone crab.
Now it's time for the ultimate question. To keep or not to keep the only claw? Okay, let's address this, Amanda. let's talk about the fact that A, it is 110% legal to keep both claws.
It is 110% legal.
It is 110% up to you if you'd like to keep both claws. An interesting question that we get all the time is, why would you keep both claws? And I will be honest, we have kept both claws before. We have also left crabs go with one claw. And what's interesting is that, yes, you can keep both claws, but the survival rate of a crab, whether he has one claw or no claws, is actually extremely similar. So quite frankly, if I let the crab go with one claw, or I took both claws, the chances of survival are pretty close to each other. Another interesting fact about a stone crab when it is living on the seafloor, whether it has claws or no claws or one claw, is they live different lifestyles. When crabs have two claws, they will be more of hunters and predators, and when crabs have no claws, they will be more scavengers. What is interesting though, which I have read before, actually from the FWC's website, is that the octopus is the predator of the stone crab, and the octopus does not care if that crab has two claws, one claws, or no claws. So from that perspective, that crab, if it's going to get eaten by an octopus,
it's going to get eaten by an octopus.
Regardless of what happens.
I'll actually add one more thing. We got this crab. He is not a keeper, but something else that I wanted to touch on. These guys, they don't, if for some reason he didn't have either of his claws, stone crabs do not need their claws to eat. Their claws do help them eat, but they don't need them. So I just kind of wanted...
make them more predator.
Their claws, exactly. It's a great defense mechanism for them, but they also have their shells, they also can hide, and they have other tools on themselves to protect themselves from the wildlife out there, so they don't need their claws to eat. Doesn't mean it's not useful for them, but they don't need them.
All right, well, he's obviously not a keeper.
We're gonna go ahead and...
So, let him go. Let's pull the next crab out of the trap. We got one more in here, right, Amanda?
We got one more, and that's gonna be a keeper claw.
One has, I bet you that baby claw's regenerated.
You think so?
I don't know, look how small it is.
Let's take a look.
Guys, another one of our goals for this video is to show you the difference between a regenerated claw and a regular claw.
But I don't regenerate an original claw.
Yes.
But
if we can't find it, we'll have to pop pictures up or something for you.
Exactly.
Let's check out this claw. Okay, yes, you can very, very, very faintly see these lines. It looks like a fingerprint on the crab's claw. That is a original claw. That means that his first claw he's ever had, and he has not lost it.
And that is because those lines are unbroken. The lines are solid, they go straight through.
His other claw here is obviously the smaller claw, and you can see based on the fact that it's so tiny, it probably is a regenerated claw. The fingerprint is so very faint and so hard to see. So perhaps we can have a picture pop up on the screen for you guys so you can see what the unbroken or the broken lines are.
Right, so on the regenerated claw, his fingerprint is gonna have broken lines. Now, it's very difficult to see on this baby claw, especially on this camera, but we will try to get a picture for you guys of the broken lines on the regenerated claw. And this is definitely a keeper claw, but we're gonna go ahead and measure it first just to be sure. This is clearly a keeper claw, so we can keep this larger claw. Obviously, this smaller claw is not a keeper claw. Now, something interesting about stone crabs is when they're in a fight, let's say he's fighting another crab, or maybe he's in the bottom of the ocean floor and, I don't know, a piece of coral fell on top of him. I mean, anything could happen to this guy. They will release their claws naturally on their own, just like a lizard will release its tail, and that way the crab can walk away and he just leaves his arm behind. He's like, yeah, goodbye, I don't need you anymore. And that is something that the crabs will naturally do, so that taking their arm from them isn't necessarily life or death for the crab. It is
something that he may or may not have done in the wild, regardless if we took the claw.
Since we do have a keeper claw, we are gonna go ahead and keep that claw for dinner. So what I like to do is I take that claw that I'm not keeping, fold it in to his body, and then I can take his keeper claw, and all I'm gonna do is push straight down. So I like to have my crab on a flat surface, push straight down, and there we have our keeper claw, and I'm gonna go ahead and release him back home to regenerate his claw. Ready?
Ready. Let him go.
Regenerate.
Okay, trap. What number are we on, Amanda?
4.
We're on number 4.
We're on number 4.
All right, I really hope we can find an obvious regenerated claw. We'll see.
I don't know if we will, but we can try.
All right, I can't see the...
You're good. Go straight, and maybe a little to your left.
A little to my left is straight.
Now just go straight. Okay, just stop the boat.
Stop the boat. Stop the boat means put it in reverse and stop the momentum.
Yes, it doesn't mean
put it in neutral. Stop what you're doing. It means actively stop the boat. A little fun fact.
All right. We have dinner.
Do we?
Yeah. Okay, we got some big crabs in here. We have 2 big crabs.
This
we
one.
definitely have 2 keeper claws.
Wow.
I can tell you that just by looking at it. But Emily, are we gonna keep both claws?
Well, we have, how many claws do we have so far? We have 1.
We have 1.
And we have some in the freezer.
And there's some in the freezer.
So let's keep 1.
Let's keep 1.
And let's go have some
Yes,
food.
I already checked. Now, both of his claws are original claws. So let's do this. There we go. Fold in the 1, flat surface, and we go straight down. We have our claw. Here's our crab. All right, we're gonna send him home to keep
Send him home.
eating and growing. And we have dinner at the same time.
I've got a fun fact, Amanda.
Yes, let's hear your fun fact.
Okay, do you know how long stone crabs live?
How long do stone crabs live?
Well, it depends. Stone crab age is measured on molting.
I think this is a regenerated claw.
No way.
Wait, look at it. Please tell
Okay,
me those
let me
lines are
look.
broken.
Check it out, you guys. Let me see if I can get this close on the camera. We have a regenerated claw. If you look really, really closely, the lines are broken up as opposed to being straight and in one nice organized line. How cool is that?
Yes, we found
a regenerated.
our regenerated claw. That's pretty cool.
We didn't finish our fun fact of how long do crabs live. And the estimated answer is that males live for 7 to 8 years and females live for 8 or 9, which is interesting to think. Do you think that's a long time, Amanda, or do you think it's not a long time?
I think it's a long time.
But
Do you think it's a long time?
It is, but then you compare things like a nice, 30-pound golden tilefish, that'll be 40 years old.
Oh, I know. That's a very good
So
point.
it's like a stone crab lives 8 years, but golden tilefish live
40?
And that's just
Turtles live 100?
Yeah.
Finding Nemo? Exactly, but I thought that was a long time.
Yeah, I think so.
9 years? Yeah.
This is trap number 5. You ready, Amanda?
I am ready.
Think there's gonna be a keeper in here?
I think so.
How about another topic to talk about is what type of sea floor to keep your
Yes.
crab traps on?
Totally agree with
So-
that. Now, stone crab, they get their name because they like to hide in the rocks.
The stone crab.
The
Exactly.
stone crab.
I have personally actually found stone crabs while lobstering next to lobsters. In the same shelf that I caught a lobster, I've literally put my hand in there and went like, oh, that's a stone crab. I almost got pinched.
Right. But we like to do kind of, I would almost say, combination bottom. I mean,
So
this bottom's
just to tell you guys, we're in 5 feet of water. I'm not afraid to share the secrets, spill the secrets. How's it look, Amanda?
we got 2 crabs
We
in
got
here. It's looking like that guy will definitely have 1 keeper claw. That
only
guy will
has
have a
one
keeper
claw.
claw.
He only has one claw.
Oh, you're
Another
right.
crab with 1 claw. But we were talking about the sea floor.
Yes. So look, go ahead and take a look at the
Let's take a
bottom.
look at it. We're
So
at 5
over
feet of
here, we're in
water.
5 feet of water. It's actually pretty sandy and flat, but there is some structure
and rock.
and rock and grass. But this is where we have had a lot of success.
Definitely don't do sandy bottom because we actually have put our traps in sandy bottom before, and when you pull them up, it's just like mud coming up, and you'll know when you pull them and there's a bunch of soot and mud in the bottom, we're probably not gonna have stone crabs in it. We actually did that and we had a bunch of blue crabs. So blue crabs and stone crabs, different species, different ways to target them, different cages altogether. The stone crab, I would say rocky combination bottom. Let's take a look at this crab that only has 1 claw. You can see that there's a little nub there and it's actually starting
To grow back, which is actually really, really cool to look at.
And then we have our other claw, which looks like a decent sized claw.
It's not
but
a
I
keeper.
don't think it's gonna be a keeper.
So let's get
Let's
this guy
let him
home
go.
right
Let
away.
him go home. There he goes. I think this video needs a twin truth, Amanda.
I do too. What do you have?
I have a twin truth I'm gonna share with you.
All right.
It was
What
one
is
of our YouTube commenters asked us to share our story a little bit about going to college in Louisiana.
Okay. Whoa. We have a lobster.
We have a lobster?
Yes. Okay, let's look. We have
Okay.
a whole nursery in here. I see 1, 2, 3 baby lobsters, a baby stone crab, and a boxfish. A boxfish, aka cowfish. I don't know if this guy's really gonna let me pick him up. Oh yes, he is. All right, this is our boxfish. Now they're called this, or cowfish,
Yeah.
because they have these 2 horns, which represent a cow's horns. And you can see they also have protection back here, similar horns back here. And just so you guys know, a really cool fact. So the scales on these fish, they're actually fused together to create almost a shell.
Like a giant layer.
Literally, it's hard. I mean, the fish is hard, and I don't want to leave him out of the water for too long, so let's get him back home.
So
But
cool.
it is really, really cool. If you could feel him, I mean, he doesn't have regular scales. There he goes.
Oh, there he swims away. I have a fun fact, Amanda.
What is your fun fact?
Okay, if you catch a keeper lobster in a stone crab trap, can you keep it?
The answer is no. You can only dive for lobsters. You cannot trap them recreationally. Now, we are gonna let this lobster go because he's obviously not a keeper. And also, pay attention to how they swim. They're gonna swim backwards. You ready?
I'm ready.
He's so ready to go home. Backwards.
Backwards.
To the bottom.
These lobsters are called Florida spiny lobsters. Amanda, let's take a look at how they have no
claws. Which is funny,
And-
so that shows that these lobsters can eat without claws, which is similar to our stone crab. They don't need their claws to eat.
And they're very spiny, hence the
Oh yeah,
name
very, very
Florida
spiny.
spiny
Look at
lobster.
their shell, also known as their carapace. There are spines everywhere on this guy. And he wants to go home. All right, little guy, swim backwards for us. Let's put him this way,
Yeah.
see if he'll swim that way. Oop. Oh, he's not gonna swim.
Guess he's not a swimmer.
Not a swimmer.
Oh, he's little! Guys, this one is so cute! Oh my goodness, look how cute it is.
Come on,
Wow,
come on.
so adorable.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I want you to swim away for us.
Swim away.
Swim away. Oh,
There he goes. Oh,
oh
guess not.
there he goes.
He's
Down to
just
the
gonna go
bottom.
down to the bottom.
It's
Look
a
at
baby.
how cute it is.
It's a little
Here,
baby.
for reference, put him by your hand, Amanda. Palm of your hand. The size of the palm of your hand. Look at those orange insides of his
I know,
arms.
I noticed that. They're
He's
so
got some orange on the inside of his arm.
So this whole trap that we pulled was a baby trap. So we must be at some kind of, we're in Stone Crab Lobster Central over here.
Is this a male or female?
Looks like a male to me.
Yep, that's a baby male stone crab.
We are gonna send him home though.
All right.
All right, little
Goodbye,
guy.
little guy. Live to see another day. Okay, Amanda, finish off our twin
Finishing our twin truths. So somebody figured it out, which is no secret, but we graduated
from the U.
But that doesn't mean we started at the U. So we actually started college at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. The Ragin' Cajuns. We had
Go Cajuns.
Go Cajuns.
G-E-A-U-X.
We went there. Our mascot was a pepper, and we loved it there. We had track scholarships there, so that's why we originally went there before transferring to Miami, because it was really hard to leave the warm weather in
Yes.
Miami. Now, people don't realize Louisiana gets cold in the winter, and when we were there, we had one of the coldest winter in 20 years. The roads iced over. It snowed.
It snowed in Louisiana
And
when we
when
were there.
in Louisiana winters, it's 30 degrees and raining every day. Not
Oh
even.
no, it's not 30 and raining, so that'd be snow. It's like 35 and raining.
It's like 35 and raining every single day. You're in a swamp. But no, we loved it there. I loved the school. It was one of our favorite places, actually. But we chose Miami at the end. I mean, there really wasn't any reason other than the fact that
we wanted to be back in Florida.
we wanted to be back in Florida. Yeah, so that's a twin truth, I guess. Or a fun fact is that we were once Ragin' Cajuns before we were Miami Hurricanes.
And yes, we went together. We both went to the same school. We both had our own scholarships. That is a question that we got. People have been like, are you a package deal? And to be honest, yeah.
Well,
and the
we
coaches-
were.
We were a package deal, and a lot of the coaches were okay with that.
And they're like, okay, I guess I got to give
both
2
went
scholarships.
to the same schools with the same scholarships, equal scholarships, I should
Equal
say.
scholarships. We had our own
Not like we were
scholarships.
sharing a scholarship. We each had our own scholarship. So we were at Louisiana Lafayette. Honestly, some really, really, really great memories there.
Oh yeah, I loved it. And the food.
The food.
The food. Oh, it's so good there.
The final trap. You
Wait,
ready,
Emily,
Amanda?
come here. Go
What?
show them the bottom really quick.
them the bottom.
Show them the
Okay.
bottom before I kick
Okay.
it all up.
Check this out, you guys. Our stone crab trap is next to some sea floor structure. These are basically giant sea sponges. And if you look at the trap with a hole in the top
And the stone crab
and
right
the
there.
stone crab sticking out of it, you can see that our stone crab trap actually resembles these big sea sponges.
And final trap.
Oh, it's a baby.
Some more babies.
Well, should we release them, Amanda?
I didn't release all these guys.
Wanna just dump
Want to
the
help me
trap?
release them
All right.
so that I don't, damage the side
Hold
of the
on.
boat?
How am I supposed to hold the camera and help
Put the
you
camera in
at
the red
same
hole right
time?
there.
Dump it over.
Don't drop it. Hold on, he's right here. All right. Did we get all of them?
Yep.
Okay, everybody's home. Thank you so much, guys, for watching our video. We hope you learned something about stone crab. And if there's any other fun facts you want to know, or if...
Wait, do they feel pain?
Do they feel pain? I forgot, that's a good one. Okay, do stone crab feel pain? Now this is actually, studies have been done on this because it's very, very unknown. And basically, the studies are inconclusive. Now, they do know that stone crabs have feelings and they have sensation.
Well, feeling, I wouldn't say feeling like it's emotion.
Not emotional feelings.
Feeling like they can
Physical feeling.
Feel physically.
They can feel physically, but do they feel pain? It's actually very inconclusive, and as of right now, we may never know. Highly debated topic. Drop it in the comments, actually.
Do you think stone crabs feel pain?
Stone crabs feel pain? Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you follow Gale Force Twins on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now TikTok.